it's this second part. And maketh manifest the savor of his knowledge by us in every place. You know what God told me this morning? He says, son, the triumph is yours, but the triumph is not for you. The triumph is yours, but the triumph is not for you. You are to experience triumph. You are to embrace triumph, but the triumph is not for you. Why? He's made us to be a part of Christ's triumphal march. And it says it right here, clear, that we are supposed to be spreading the fragrance of Christ everywhere we go. So every time we experience triumph, we're supposed to be conveying to somebody how we got to where we are. So this is the reason why it's not for us. God is awesome. He gives us something, then he tells us it's not for us, because in essence it's for him. Did you get that? Well, give him a praise if you got it. If you got it, just give him a praise. And so let me, because we have some visitors, and I want to make sure that I bring you up to speed real quick. See, here's the thing. God spoke, and he said at the beginning of the year, he said, this is the season of triumph. That's what he told me. He said, this is the season of triumph. Then he told me earlier last year, when I went to preach at another church, he says, son, let them know I'm releasing the sound of triumph. Okay, now he says, son, it's the season of triumph, and the season of triumph is here because I've already released the sound in the earth realm. What I need the people to do is to position themselves in the spirit so that they can hear the sound of triumph and they can respond appropriately. But before they can respond to the sound and before they can understand what I'm about to do in their life, they've got to position themselves so that they can embrace triumph. So I need them to understand there is a difference between victory and triumph. Wait a minute, Brother Bishop, they sound about the same to me. What do you mean? No. There is a distinct difference in victory and triumph. Victory is, as I said before, is what Dallas didn't do. Okay. They just can't win a playoff. Victory is what Duke didn't do last night, okay? Ain't no need y'all clapping your hands and act like God is here. No. They got lucky, okay? They just got lucky. The Blue Devils coming back. I don't know when, but we coming back. There is a goal in March that every college basketball team is trying to reach. It is the ultimate prize, if you will. It is when they win the national championship. And so for all of you who were clapping your hands because Carolina won last night, I need to let you know Carolina's going to suffer some losses. But listen, that's not to say that they still will not reach the Final Four and win a national championship. That's just part of the process. See, the enemy wants us to rest on our failures and think that our failures are fatal. But God said our failures are not fatal. Our failures are simply for us to learn and to build upon. Our failures are not need you to think about something. And I need you to give yourself a little room, because when you think about this, I'm afraid that you might break out in an undignified praise. But when you think about the last significant failure that you have had in your life, and God still reached right down before the enemy could cover you up, and before he could sign your death notice, Jesus reached way down and pulled you out, and your failure was not fatal, but God restored you. Yeah. We're going to embrace our triumph. We're going to position ourselves to embrace our triumph. We're tired of suffering the same defeat over and over and over again. God said, I release triumph in your life. So victory, we'll win some and we'll lose some. But it's just in the building process of God's way of bringing us to maturity, to perfection. Perfection in God is maturity. Hear me what I'm saying? This is the reason why triumph is a conclusive success. In other words, when there is triumph experience, triumph, it is forming an end to obstacles, confrontations, conflict, and effort. It is terminating. It is terminating, bringing an end. This is the reason why some of us who were alcoholics don't drink no more. It's because we experience triumph along the way while God was sanctifying us, bringing us to this place of maturity. We would go and find ourselves in a situation where temptation was great, and there'd be times that we would make up in our mind, I'm not taking a drink, because when I think about what Jesus did for me on Calvary, when I think about the blood that he shed for me, I'm not taking a drink. I'm not going to satisfy my flesh. He didn't satisfy his flesh, and I'm not going to satisfy my flesh. So you turn and you walk away. But then the enemy ain't finished. He tries you again. That was a victory. You find yourself in another situation, and this time they got the right kind of alcohol. This time it ain't costing you nothing. The temptation is greater now than what it was before, and before you know it, all your will to not drink, how you reminded yourself of what Christ did, you can't even think about. All you see is that free alcohol. And before you know it, somebody is helping you to an Uber. Well, I came to let you know that won't fatal. It was a failure, but it won't fatal. Because while you was drunk, what you did not expect was the Spirit of God to come and visit you. What you did not expect is because of the prayers and the communion that you had with God prior to that failure, that God had not forgotten about you. So he came and he visited you in your helpless state. He visited you in your hopeless state. And all it took was just one touch, sister. And he touched you. And all of that drunkenness left. You rose up sober in your right mind. God restored you. And because of what God did, The next time temptation came, you found out that you was triumphant because you didn't even experience any temptation. In fact, what you found out is literally that when God touched you while you was drunk, what he did was dried up the very taste of alcohol. That's triumph. It's conclusive. It's settled. It's the end of the matter. It's a done deal. Elder Rose, this is what I was meditating, and this came to me. God said, listen, you know what I want you to do? I want you all to see triumph just like you see salvation. I need you to see triumph like you see salvation. Well, brother Bishop, how's that? Salvation is settled. We didn't have to earn it. We didn't have to pay for it. Salvation is settled. When Jesus stood in the place of every last one of us, for all humanity, he settled the debt. He paid the debt. So salvation is free and it is forever settled in heaven and in earth. God said, what I need you to do, I need you to see triumph just like that. I need you to see that your triumph is forever settled. It's settled in heaven and it's settled in earth. And don't you dare turn back. Don't you dare experience any doubt, because what I am doing in you, ain't enough demons in hell to reverse. Oh, somebody say something to him.